What's up, gamers? It's your boy Victor coming at you live once again from the Big Healthy Coalition, and again, more Cube content. Eventually, I'll start preparing myself for the regional championship here in November, but unfortunately, it is Cube season, and we've just opened up a little Mox Pearl, so your boy's feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. It's a lazy Sunday for me. By the way, I like to just kind of chill here on this first pick. I like to kind of let the time run down. I know it's obvious we're taking this Mox Pearl, but that way other people can kind of decide on their picks, and that way we don't have to wait like forever on our subsequent picks. Maybe that's a dick move. I don't know, but that's what I'm doing. That's what I was saying. Lazy Sunday. I got my coffee. I'm going to brunch in about an hour, but I figured, frick it. Let's just at least get a little draft and get me excited to do an actual cube. Uh, and yeah, so here we are. I would love to take this Oko. Frankly, I think, and I've talked about this in the past. Surely I've talked about this in the past. I kind of hate Vintage Cube for the reason that I don't get to take an Oko here because I have to take a damn Mox Pearl. Because obviously I'm taking a Mox Pearl. I'm not an idiot. And now, looking at this second pack here, we got some options. I'll tell you what I'm immediately looking at. The auto select, it knows me well apparently. That Restoration Angel looking tasty. Wrath of God, to be honest, also looking tasty. Of course, those are only white cards. We took a Mox Pearl. It just kind of seems fun to maybe go some kind of like white deck with a Mox Pearl. However, I ain't going mono white aggro because I'm not freaking cringe. Alright, I have some self respect. Not going to play that. I'd rather play something a little bit spicier. And I kind of like the path that a Resto and a Wrath of God would take us down. You could take a Demure Signet, but that's like so off color that I'm not like super keen on that. I'll take the Restoration Angel just because that sounds sweet. That sounds sweet. If you're trying to win, frankly, I don't know what you should take here, but I don't think it's the Restoration Angel. But you know what? I'm a little bit of an innovator. All right, innovate shit. And I'll let y'all think here for a moment as to what goes well with a little Restoration Angel. Give you a hint, it rhymes with Bite of Gotham. And that's what I'm looking at here. Alternatively, a little like red white sort of control deck with this Bone Crusher Giant could be pretty freaking pog. That could be pretty freaking pog. Wheel the Sun Titan. But I feel like we took this Angel. We should probably take the Knight. And honestly, I do think Knight is like probably underrated a little bit by the average cube player. I mean, just blowing shit up is like so nice. It is so nice. Blowing it up twice, twice as nice. You know this. You know this. Boom. And then here, I'll take a Marshlands. A little white, a little white fetch seems good. If this wasn't here, I'd be looking at, maybe this Inquisition, go a little Jund route. Maybe this Elf the Sun Champion if I was feeling really bold, but taking this Marshlands, a little bit of fixing is nice. We're gonna need that at some point. I'm a fixing guy. I love me some fixing. Mm. Take a sip of coffee. I French pressed my coffee this morning, which is atypical. The only reason I did that is because I ran out of cream. I'm a cream in my coffee guy, not sugar. But I like a little bit of cream, a little bit half and half to be specific, and I ran out, and so I was like, I'll put in the extra effort to make my coffee taste a little bit better, so that way I can enjoy it as I typically would have it with the cream. Y'all know how it is. Y'all been there before. You get it. We're taking a Temple Garden here, because it is a white green land, and we are currently our only two spells are white and green. So I'm going to take it. And here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So I think uh if this Sacred Foundry wasn't here, I would take the Sword of Feast and Famine. I would try to get into a Stone Forge. We've seen a lot of swords. I feel like we already saw like a number. Um, but man, a little bit of Naya. Some Naya. When you seen people playing Naya in the Vintage Cube? Nobody. Only the big healthy gamers are big and healthy enough to pull off Naya in the Vintage Cube. And oh baby, we're getting set up. We're getting set up. And I know what you're saying. At some point you gotta take spells, and I agree. But this now is not that time. This we got. This is a tri-land for us already. So is our Marsh Flats. So we basically just have freaking perfect mana. Like, are you kidding me? And now here, you might be telling yourself, oh, you're Naya, take that, Usher of the Fallen. Take that Tovolar's Huntmaster. But no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take the Swordy Body Mind. Swordy of Body and Mindy. Um, because it's, in my opinion, the best sword. In my humble opinion. And I'm doing this for the Stoneforge Dream. I'm I probably wouldn't main deck it if we didn't get the Stoneforge, but if we do get it, I'm gonna take it. Now, I don't know if that thought was coherent at all, but basically, I like the sword. And now here, option Skull Clamp kind of goes well with that Stoneforge plan. Life from the Loam would be kind of sick if I ended up on a Ren and 6. But I'm just going to take the Giver because it's just like a generically good card, and I do need some of those. We do need like at least two generically good cards. I guess I'll take a Garuk. Yeah, I'm thinking about this Tangle Wire, but I ain't going to take it. I ain't going to take it. Nothing here super exciting. I'll take the Botanical Sanctum just in case something crazy happens and we want a little bit of blue. Just in case. I'll take this Porcelain Legionnaire. I will put it in the main deck, although I'm not thrilled about it. I would prefer not to main deck this. A nice little sideboard option, for sure, but would prefer not to play it if I didn't have to. I'll take I'll take this Goldspan Dragon. Goldspan Dragon beats down. Looks like people are not playing black, which is fair. Maybe we do that. I'll put it over here. This is kind of like the speculative main deck pile. Again, the sword, I think at this point the sword would just kind of make it main deck, even though, I think this is kind of like people have recognized this at this point. The swords aren't as good as, people like to believe. They're a hell of a lot of fun, and they absolutely brown some people. But you can't always just be like, big sword guy. Just main deck. But this deck being a creature deck, I think it can pull it off. But if we get a Stoneforge, like, we're pogging. And now, so Fractured Identity is like one of the best cards in the cube. It's really dumb. It's kind of annoying how good it is. I did take that blue land previously, and we do have two fetches. I don't believe we've seen any. We haven't passed any tundras, any hallowed fountains. There also is just like an Esper Sentinel. That's just like a fine card. And frankly, that's like the only other card in here that's like really that exciting for us at least. Like, I ain't taking this Kitchen Finks. I ain't taking this Whisperwood this early. So the question basically becomes: do we want to like risk it for the biscuit on this Fractured Identity, and maybe not being able to play it ultimately, or do we just take this Esper Sentinel? The fact that we wield this Giver of Runes leads me to believe that we're going to wield this Esper Sentinel. So I'm gonna spec on this. I'm gonna put it in our spec pile with our Hornet Queen. You've been specced. You have been specced. And now here, if we're going to do the Naya thing, I'd like the Ignoble. Taps for two of our colors. Manatithe is also like, I love me a Manatithe. Silesia Signet also kind of slides in pretty well with this deck, but I kind of would like this deck to be a little bit more creature focused rather than non-creature focused. So I think in that case, I will be taking this little Ignoble. I really try to be like a little green-white, beat down, hate bears. Maybe we splash red, maybe we don't. We got this Goldspan Dragon. It's an option. Think about it. Exalted is just really freaking good. I think the people, they'd be sleeping on the Exalted. And here, I will take the Tundra, and we will be playing this. Okay, maybe we're actually Bant. Maybe I'll put this in the speculative pile. Maybe we're just Bant, and this Ignoble is going to be a lot worse. But hey, sorry. Could take this Palace Jailer. I would take it for sure, but I'd rather take the Tundra so that way we can play the Fractured Identity. I guess this Wooded Foothills gets a lot worse without this Sacred Foundry. But hey, you know what? We'll cross that bridge later. Savannah. Ooh, hello. Ooh, hello. There also is Rogran Triumph. Does that do much for us? Rogran Triumph does, if we do want to do the red thing, that's pretty good. Also is just like a Teferi. Teferi's like freaking good, son. Love a Teferi. Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm between Savannah and Teferi. That's where I'm at right now. We already have a Temple Garden, But this wooded foothills also ain't doing much for us. That's a lie. It's actually kind of fine. It's a, it's just a green white land presently. That's fine. You know what? Since we already have the Temple Garden, I won't take the Savannah and we'll do the Bant thing. We'll be a little bit more Banty. I know I was just talking about being creature oriented, but you know what? Shut up. All right? I'm vibing, and you're killing my vibe. And this right here is a Naya Triumph, which again, we've just talked about the Bant many, many times now. But you know what? I mean, what else am I taking here? Jace? Maybe. Jace doesn't seem very good here. The only instant and or sorcery we have is the Fraction Identity. So I'll spec on this. I'm specking. Like, if we got a Ren in 6, that would be freaking Pog. I mean, nothing here is very exciting to me aside this Secret Code, so I'll just take it. I'll just take it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, I will take the Geist. Why? Geist is sick. Especially, I'm still keeping this Stoneforge dream alive. Maybe Seagate's better. Maybe Elite Spellbinder's better. Maybe Night of the Reliquary is better. You know, maybe. But Geist of Saint Trapped, I think we can all agree is the sweetest. Good with the Giver of Runes. I mean, what more do you want from me? Are we gonna be like beat downy enough to Hero of Bladehold, or are we gonna want this nice answer in the Council's judgment? We really don't have much interaction presently outside of the Teferi and the Fraction Identity and the Garuk, which maybe that's fine. Let's take the Hero of Bladehold. I know it's kind of weird, kind of going in a lot of different directions, but Hero of Bladehold just beats it down. Like, I don't know if y'all ever played against Monoway where they just play a Hero of Bladehold, but you're like, oh damn, like I'm gonna die to that thing. Plains, swamp, forest. You know, I mean, it's kind of like just a tap land for us with cycling, but I'm not super thrilled by the prospect of that. So right now we're basically like mono white, like splash green, splash blue. So if that's the case, take Kitchen Finks for the board. I think is pretty reasonable, which I will do. Just slide this over here. This is just kind of like cards. I'll take a Mana Tithe. I love a Mana Tithe. Oh, we got the Palace Shaler back. I'll take that over the Student Warfare. Okay, and now we got like a plenty of interaction. Nice, we got the Savannah on the wheel. I'll take that over the Lightning Helix, even though I do like a Helix. Um, I'll take this. Maybe we can end up Spectral Procession. I think it's a good card if you can cast it for white pretty consistently. And wow. Okay, so I mean, clearly white's open, and as I said, I'm not going mono white. Don't ask, or at least I would never go mono white aggro. You know, you talk me into like mono white. Maybe I got some parallax waves. Maybe I got some freaking titans. What's the white titan? Why am I forgetting this? Why am I forgetting this? This is pissing me off now. I don't know. White titan options basically is what I'm getting at. I and by options I mean I don't like being pigeonholed into mono white aggro. I don't have fun there, and that's what I'm all about. Is fun. And now, I talked all this smack, and am I gonna take it down to a Vanguard here? Maybe. Let me think about this for a second, though. I kind of want to take this Glenlandra, but I'm looking at this curve here, and this curve is getting a bit thick. It's getting a bit thick. We need to trim it down some. Maybe that means just like wall bowmans, but I would like to be able to beat down a little bit. I don't want to just not leverage this Mox Pearl. Frankly, I have no idea what the pick here is. I have no idea. But Adonto Vanguard is like just a card that I'm just gonna take it, and I'm not stoked about it. I'm not stoked. I'm sorry, but I'm not. And here I'll take a Misty because it's a good card. Hopefully we will this swift reconfiguration. This card is pretty sweet. If y'all haven't seen it before, I'll let y'all read it. I don't think we've seen the Stoneforge, and I feel like if it's open, we would see it. So maybe also we could wield this Lion Sash. And I'm not sure if this sword is staying in the main deck anymore. I'm not really sure. I'll slide it over here now. I will take the Ren and 6. All right. Ren and 6, you're in just because Ren and 6 is like one of my favorite cards ever. And now, look at that. we're looking good for an Omnath if we get one. Just like that. You're never not playing Omnath, as it turns out. So how many playables do we like for sure have? This is kind of like a land. Got like 15, 12 cards left, so we need like 10 more playables. So the question is like, can we take the Steam Vents, or do we need to take like a card that actually does things? I mean, I love Devoted Druid. I actually think Devoted Druid is like super underrated. Just tapping for 2 mana is sick. We got like some decent 4 drops that like require 2 colorless. But is that good enough? I think so, probably. If I wasn't tripping about the playables here a little bit, I probably would take this Steam Vents. But I am somewhat concerned about playables. This is a cheap spell, so I'll just take it. Make my life a little bit easier. Honestly, some options here. Could take the Elvish Mystic. I'm not doing that. We could take the Inferno Titan. I'm probably not going to do that. Not enough red in the pool in our land section. Could take an Uro. That kind of sounds friggin' dope, to be honest. Do we have enough blue? Not really, but maybe. We got some fetches, which play well with the Uro. Gilded Lotus? No, I'm not taking that. And I guess the only really other option would be Silverblade Paladin. I'll say the Uro plays remarkably poorly with the Mox Pearl. I don't know. I don't know. I'll take the Silverblade Paladin. It seems like a little bit safer of a pick. Kind of a little bit more cowardly as well. Um, I'll take a Skyclave here. It's just a good card. It's just a good card. And it's looking like our mana's very well set up for white. Yeah, sure. For sure. And look at that Omnath. So, mono white slash Omnath. Believe it or not the first time I've done this. And this is a great Omnath deck. We got 3 fetches. Like, we're pogging. Super freaking hard. What are we taking here, though? Honestly, we could take like half of the cards out of the back, and I would not hate it. I take this Huntmaster. Probably not taking this instance because we're not playing enough Forest. I guess we're probably not taking this because we're not having enough multicolored spells. Could take an Avalanche Riders. Thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it. I'll just take the Huntmaster. It's just one of my favorite cards of all time. It's actually in like my legit top 10 favorite cards of all time. Fun fact. I'll take. I'll just take the 2 drop. Obviously, I think Glen Alondra is a better card than this Intrepid Adversary, but this is just a 2 drop, and like I said, look at our curve. We got to be thinking about that curve. You know what I'm saying? We already have the Knight of Autumn, so we take in the Raging Ravine. Could take the Aura Shards for the board. I don't know if that's like stupid or not, but I'm just gonna take a Raging Ravine. It's just like a pretty good land. Are we Elvish Reclaiming? Probably not. But I guess I'll take it because I don't really want this Nurturing Peatland. I guess this like could theoretically be fine with Ren and 6. Sure, I'll take it. Hmm. Now I'm not so sure. Fuck it, I'll take this. In case we can like board that in against mono red if we need. Same with this. Same with this. Same with this. I kid. I kid. Carrion Feeder. I would love to draft a Carrion Feeder deck. That would be kind of sick. I've never really engaged in that sort of space, believe it or not. Man, man, yo, my hair be getting freaking long, yo. I need to do something about this. I just need to like trim it up a little bit. I mean, look at all this. Like, are you kidding me? So much. Let's see this here. This is a 22 cards, 21 cards. If we take out this Mox. And let's do a quick sort by mana value. We're already sorted by mana value. Let's actually sort by color, is what I meant to say. So mostly white, a little bit of green, a little bit of blue, a little bit of red. Pretty much. So we need probably like, I think, two more cards to play in our main deck. Let's sort by, let's group our creatures separately. So I think playing this sort of Body and Mind wouldn't be like the craziest thing ever. I don't think I'm going to do it, but I don't think it would be the craziest thing ever. And I will say all of our lands pretty much are white lands, with the exception of this Raging Ravine. I just don't know if we can get away with this Spectral Procession. I simply do not know. Ooh, and we actually will take this, probably play this Botanical Sanctum too. So yeah, I guess let's not play the Spectral Procession. Let's take a look at these lands. Let me think about this for a moment. Just give me 1 second. I'm kidding. um, I assume all these are tri-lands or four-color lands. I'm just gonna assume that to be the case. I'm just gonna assume our mana is sick. I'm gonna assume our mana is sick. And if our mana is sick, we can kind of play whatever. Ooh. I'm not stoked about the last two cards we gotta play. Right now I'm thinking like Kitchen Finks, Grim Lavamancer. Problem with that Grim Lavamancer idea is it kind of will contend with our Ren and Six some. Maybe like Pelucranos is just like kind of fine. But we already have, let's sort by mana value again. Let's take a quick gander at this. So really we're kind of chilling on the fours, I think. So we also just have a lot of threes. You know what, sure. Let's just play this. Or should we? Golly. This is tough. This is tough. A lot of bad cards I'm looking at here. Alright. I gotta make a decision. Because I want to play a match before I have to leave for brunch, which I gotta leave in like 40 minutes on the nose. So let's go. Frick it. Frick it. What are we playing? Let's just go Elvish Reclaimer, Grimlock Mancer, sure. That sounds fine. Let's go Bam. Let's combine these groups. Let's sort by mana value again. Let's add some basics. What are you recommended? 2-1-1-1? Yeah, sure, that seems fine. And boom. Save deck. And boom. Play deck. Alright. And let's get ourselves a little bit of coffee. Am I right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's that good stuff. Oop, I spilled a little bit. Who would have seen that coming? But I guess y'all don't need to sit here and wait with me. I'll see you for round number one. The pound sign, number one, or the hashtag, as it could say, number one. Don't go anywhere. Round number one, baby, on the plate. Let's get it. And I'm just now realizing, I apologize for this, that I had my desktop audio playing the whole time. Sorry. Sorry. I'll keep this. I'll think about sequencing here in a moment. And by here in a moment, I mean right now. I think it's better just to get this 2-drop down right now. I know it's kind of a 3-drop, but get this down right now, and then kind of mess up our stuff down the line. I guess we could. Kind of the reason why I was thinking that is we're not gonna like Skyclave on one, probably, but maybe we kind of need to. And I guess we could always just fall back with Elite Spellbinder, but it would be nice if it gets a little 3-1 first striker down. You know what, yellow. You know what, yellow. Boom. All right, the jig is up. You know what's up, opponent. Ambitious Spawn. Ooh, the Mirror, mayhaps. That would have been a great card to be able to play. But alas, it's fine. Just a little poke in there. Maybe they're holding up Mana Tithe anyway, so we're playing around it. Should have played around it. Did play around it. I would love to be right about that. So what thing am I most okay with getting mana tithed? The Silver Blade or the Elite Spellbinder? And frankly, I think it would be the Elite Spellbinder. So I will attack first. Maybe they have some kind of like crazy flash card that I cannot think of. Let's just grip it and rip it. Are we getting mana tithed? We are not. Okay, so this is just like some mono white with just like some stuff. And what are we most scared of here? I'm not really scared of anything, to be honest. I might just take the Vryn Wingmare, and that way next turn we can go. Or maybe I should just take the Angel. Because the Angel can actually kind of bust up the double strike aspect of things. Yeah, we can just like kill them so dang quick. So yeah, we'll just take the Restoration Angel. And just really try to kill them before this Archangel Avacyn comes into play. And even if it is in time, hopefully we'll draw on some lands and we can slide in this little Fracture Identity on it. This seems pretty good for me. This seems pretty good for me, to be honest. Take a sip. Take a sip of Joe. Because I'm feeling so good on a Sunday. Opponent plays the Plains. They're in the tank. Do they play the Ringwear? Do they play the Lilac-Bade? Do they play the Paladin? You got options. It's a lot of options. They decide for the Wingmare, which makes sense. They're like, I want to block that. Little do they know that you are not going to block that. Or I guess you could. You could chump block it if you so chose. Will always yield. And I will soul bond you with the Elite Spellbinder. Soul bond, kind of a sweet mechanic, and they just can see, let's get it. Let's get it. You know, I have a pretty good concede radar, and I'll say our opponent did not, they were not even a blip on my concede radar, which, you know, our opponent, no offense, opponent, you might be a little unhinged. If you're just conceding all willy-nilly, might be some unhinged behavior. Protection from green and blue, not doing all that much. Kitchen Finks is a little bit of life gain. I think that's relevant. I think we'll slide you in here. And what are we taking out for you? I'm thinking the Geist. I'm thinking the Geist because they just got blockers. They're gonna be able to block it. Of course, we could like maybe bust up blockers in order to like get our Geist through, but you know, Geist is more our resilient card, you know, against the control decks, what have you. And simply, that's not what our opponent is. So we will simply take it out. Good cards out. Excuse me. Good cards in. Bad cards out. In, out. That's like what they don't teach you at school. All right. And I should know. I'm an educator. This hand ain't great, but I'm gonna keep it. It's got most of our colors. All the important ones, at least. Take a sip. Oops. I don't know what I just hit. I don't know what I clicked something. Stack abilities automatically. Do not. I should have played the Botanical Sanctum. I know. I know, I know, I know. You know, I said we don't have the red mana. I lied. We do have the red mana. Kind of pog. Ooh, so they got themselves little mocks. And I can still just give that a little ping. Damn, that feels good. Damn, that feels good. Concede. Let's get it. Just, I just willed them into the concession. Damn, that feels good. See you for round number two. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to be able to play it right now. I don't know if I have enough time. Yeah, well, I think we'll have to finish this later. But damn, what a good note for me to go to brunch into. Just forcing my opponent to concede. A match number two. Let us get it. Been a couple days since the match number one, I guess, for the lack of a better term. Hmm. Do we keep this? Sure. Eh, eh. Do we? Not sure. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. We got lands and spells, right? That's got to be fine. Oh yeah, it's been a couple days since that first match, and man, that was an awesome first match. Man, I'm pumped up about it. I was dreaming about it over the days. Our opponent mulligans to six. Good for us. We're kind of on like a mull to six. I mean, this is basically a five land hand, and to be honest, I don't really remember what's in this deck. No, we can get a Savannah off of this. I wish this was a green Mox, so that way I could get this Raging Ravine tapped right now, but, you know, whatever. And I don't think I'll play the Mox. I don't think there's any real reason to. Of course, it could be kind of annoying if we get, like, Thoughtseize, but I mean, it's already, like, just bad regardless. And I guess now we can play the Raging Ravine, then activate this. And so do we sacrifice a land, search your library for a land, put it on the battlefield, tap, and then shuffle? It's like, I don't even know if we can, like, do good shit with that. But I guess it's probably worthwhile trying to get ourselves to the make this a 3-3 stage of the game. So I'll play that tapped, play this out, and this isn't like sorcery speed or anything. Yep, okay. Then I'll just pass. I mean, our mana is good. Our mana is certifiably fixed. We can Garuk next turn. Most things they play. This is a 3-drop though, so a little bit less likely. Unless it's just like a Nissa Green Sun for 2. Okay. Hopefully this is like a Rafello so we can kill that. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Fortunate, I don't think we have many answers to Rafello, so that is fortunate. I'll sack the Savannah. I guess it's probably yeah, what other answers do we actually have to that boy? Not many. Not many, so fortunate. But I'll actually just grab a wooded and then on my turn I can just sack it and also have a 3/4 to attack with, so that's fun. Player Sequence Coast. Oh, there's another answer to the Rafellos, but I'd rather get down my 4-mana Planeswalker here, so that's what I'll do. I believe our mana is like totally perfect here. I just don't want to accidentally mess anything up. Yeah, we got no double red. I don't know. I'm just gonna grab a forest, whatever. So we played our Garuk. Deal through to that Rafellos. Now, this Noble can kill our Garruk. Does that matter? You know, I think it actually could, so I won't attack. Just because I don't want my Garruk to die, which I know, like, maybe they have the ability just to use their mana this following turn. But let me start that over. Didn't end up mattering. But they could have just spent their mana and then it basically gave them options here. You guys, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Don't be annoying about it. don't don't be annoying about it. Now let's see. What are we doing here? Am I skyclaving this noble? I think so. I think I am. So I'll start there. I'll probably just play out this intrepid adversary, even though we don't like get any value off of it that we normally would. Okay, I hit 2 on my keyboard, and I feel like that like just get me through my combat. I don't know why. So make a Death Touch Wolf. Do I actually play out this Intrepid Adversary? The kicker, if you will, is cheaper than I thought. And we can kick it a lot, make our boys big. So actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna do that. I'm trying to sit in a way where the green screen's not being such a wiener right now, but alas, you know what? Nah, I'm just gonna play it out. Just get it down. Just get it down. Try to kill our opponent really quickly. Try to kill our opponent really quickly. I will pay none of the times. Might be looking to sack this wolf token, grab like an Omnath. Oh, they just concede. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Making my life easy. I feel like a Sword of Body and Mind is going to be pretty reasonable against our opponent. Pretty reasonable. What do I want to cut? You know, I do like the Geist here. I kind of like all of our cards. We're just like, you know. Actually, we're pretty well set up for mono green now that I look at it. We didn't see anything for the Knight of Bottom. I guess, and they're also not mono green. We did see that island, so let's take that into mind. It could be like an opposition deck, which would make the Knight of Bottom pretty good. The Teferi as well. I might just cut the Elvish Reclaimer. It doesn't seem great in our deck. Ugh, kind of expensive mana fixing, and all the other cards just seem generically good. So I'll do that. And also, I'm gonna switch my lighting around. So, excuse me for a moment. Okay, I've tried to make my lighting better. I'm not sure if it worked or not. Not really. That's fine. Let's just sit just like this. We won't move a muscle, and then it's gonna be awesome. Can we keep this hand? We have a lot of green. Our opponent did keep 7. They presumably have a number of like mana dorks and stuff, and this is a pretty slow hand. So with all that in mind, I will a mulligan. A mulligan, and this is a great hand. This is an okay hand. This is definitely a keepable hand, so I will keep. And I'll probably ship the Hero Bladehold, which is kind of sad because that is a pretty quick clock. This does kill quickly, but we don't have double white. This is a little bit of removal. This paired with the Ignoble Hierarch Exalted is pretty potent IMO. And this lets us have red, which we don't have a lot of red spells, but, you know, we like to have mana fixing. I guess this also provides red. So whatever. I'm not mad you're mad. That's a good draw. Play out the Savannah, I'll get wrecked by a Wasteland, whatever. Dueling Mana Dorks. See who comes out on top. My Mana Dork is... I don't know if it's cooler. I don't think so. I think theirs is actually a little bit cooler. If I'm going to be honest. Cannot cast that, Sag. And the Elite Spellbinder is some interaction. I'm worried about all these clues they're about to make. May have to just like sack Garrick next turn for the cause, but I will play out the Elite Spellbinder over the Adanto Vanguard. Let's be a little bit more efficient with our mana. Love efficiency. Big fan of that. Blightsteel Colossus. Oh, jeez. That's somewhat unexpected. And I'm thinking about taking that. My hesitancy is I'm assuming they have channel in their deck. That's what I'm on now. They have the ability to channel this out. So Elite Spellbinding it doesn't really change anything per se. It makes them pay 2 more life, which could be relevant as we're about to be beating down with a 4/2 flyer thanks to Exalted. But we don't have a target for the Reclamation stage right now, and do we really have many targets? I guess we got the sword for sure. Boarded that in. What else do we have in terms of targets? I mean, did they board it in? Did they see? Oh, I guess they saw the Mox. They did see the Mox. You know what? With the channel thing in mind, that's what I'm assuming this Blightsteel's there for. So I will make the Reclamation Sage more expensive just to keep them from getting on board. So we'll just take note that this is, I mean, like not in their hand. It is instead in exile and costs 5. So they cannot cast it this turn, barring like a Mox or something. Main phase, draw the card. So yeah, I think like next turn, basically, if we have the ability, yeah, even over that, I'm definitely just gonna use my Garrick just to kill that tireless tracker, just prevent them from getting any more cards. Oh, and they elect not to even attack. Oh, I guess they don't want to trade. That makes sense. That makes sense. I'm glad I took the Rex Sage. Now I'm gonna try to. I'm not gonna play this turn. I'm gonna hope I draw a land next turn so that way I can cast and equip it all in one foul swoop. Player Garrick again. See, Garrick. Garrick is such a mopey looking card when you're drafting, but it does a lot of things. It's so versatile. Like, yeah, it just died there, but you know what? That's fine. That's all I need out of my card right now. So we know they have a Forest, no Blightsteel, and an Unknown in their hand. Two Unknowns after we let them draw. This is troubling. Not the worst thing ever, actually. Because next turn they're not going to be able to pay the Echo because they're going to have to cast this Reclamation Sage to blow up this sword. Really hoping we draw land. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. That was a pretty bad draw. Pretty stinky. Man, I would love to cast that this turn. However, they'd be able to take Monarch pretty quickly. So I guess if that is the case, I'll just play out my Adanto Vanguard. And I'm just going to continue racing. The Adanto Vanguard can at least, like, block the Deranged Hermit. Otherwise, we can just kind of take... We can take 10. It's not a great spot to be in. But we can... We're at 19, you know? And they might not even... So they do echo it. Which is honestly kind of fine. Like, I might just block with the Adanto Vanguard and pay life. Assuming they attack with it, which they might not. And they don't. Kind of makes sense. So attacking for 8. Attacking for 8. I don't think I need to block here, so I won't. Like, there's... I wouldn't be surprised if, like, the technically correct play, or, like, the best play, I suppose, would be just honestly to chump. Not even pay the life. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Okay, so I fear... I'm just going to attack, just because I don't think we're winning this game if we're not attacking. Yeah, and if we draw the land this turn, let's think about this. If we draw the land this next turn, equip to the Adanto Vanguard. Got a Crater Hoof on top. So yeah, I think we're just playing to the land. If we draw the land, I believe we kill them with the sword equip. Pretty sure. So take my lumps here. We need an untapped land specifically. Let's be specific. Didn't we keep a 3-lander? I'm pretty sure we did. But, you know, sometimes you keep the 3-landers and you don't get there on that. I mean, we had enough mana to do things, but that was unfortunate. Kind of makes me want to cut this mountain. I mean, all we... Do I, though? It's not like it gives... It's not like it gives us an additional red source through these lands, and it is just, like, a terrible basic. You know what? I'm just going to cut this mountain. Let us... What will we add in instead? I think I'll just add another plains. Just add another plains. Do we want to switch anything? Switch anything around? I mean, we could pull Lucranos, honestly, just to fight shit on the play. Maybe that's like a little bit more reasonable. We're not getting like too much value out of the Restoration Angel flickering stuff. It's maybe a little bit slow. Maybe the Restoration Angel is as well. How much green do we have? Is that... we got enough green probably. All right, we'll make that switch. We'll make that switch. I'm not sure about that, but it kind of makes sense to me. So no green, obviously. No green, obviously. But we can turn one Porcelain Legionnaire and Intrepid Adversary. And we already have enough white for the Palace Jailer. And if we get any green source, we get to play out this Ignoble. I will mulligan. I think we have better hands. I mean, we got like Ren and 6. If we can Ren and 6 one of their mana dorks, I mean, we're poning. Not like this. Not like this. Our opponent mulliganed. I think I'm going to 5. You hate to go to 5, but I think I'll go to 5. This is... Oh my god, no green again. Oh man. Oh man. I mean, I'm keeping this for sure. We're bottoming the double green card. And I guess we'll bottom the single green card. Not great. This is not great. We got like 9 green sources though, so I don't feel like... I'm gonna say little unlucky. Little unlucky. I'm gonna say it. Little unlucky. Maybe this is the chickens coming home to roost, you know what I'm saying? But we're not stoked about that, TBH. Greenland here would be cool. All right, we're in business. Blowing that shit up. Blowing that a shit up. I guess I'll just grab a Savannah, I suppose. Knight of Gotham. Let's destroy this target artifact or enchantment. And got a clock. We got a clock. Attacking for 3 here. 5 next turn. Obviously nothing in our hand. Not great. But they didn't have a 1-drop, so awesome for us. That's unfortunate. That could spell our doom. Something good. Something good. I would say red and 6, but we actually do not have red, which is on me. Which is on me. Oh, jeez. Okay, didn't matter. Never punished. Oh, jeez. All right. I'm officially feeling bad about this game. I'm officially feeling bad. But you know what? I kind of deserve this, if we're going to be honest. Just snapping off the Oracle, probably. Yeah, that sucks. I wonder what the blue is for. Smuggler's Copter is Deece. It's not very nice. Deck. That's not very nice deck. Funnily enough, one of those would have been a mountain as well, so we would have at least had the red mana. But we don't. But hey, we do have the mana in case if we draw a Sword of Body and Mind. That would be good here. That would be pretty good here. Fact or Fiction, okay. Okay. So you have 3 mana after this. Have you played a land? You've not. You've not. Don't really want to give them the Reclamation Sage. This is what my gut's telling me. So let's think about this for a moment. So they take this, they play the Forest, playing Noble plus Coercive Portal, which is bad, but that's like beatable. If they blow up the Porcelain Legionnaire, we're entering unbeatable territory. Circle of Dreams Druid, kind of whatever. Like they already have basically infinite mana. So maybe do we like try to entice them to take the non-reclamation stage and like maybe give circle, switch the circle and the noble? Yeah, let's actually do that. I mean, they got like enough mana to basically do whatever. Of course, like now maybe we're giving them the mana to Blightsteel us, but yeah, seeing they do just they take the Rex Sage pile. Either way, probably just gonna cast that this turn, I would guess. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I guess we know their whole hand now, but they do have a Tovolar's Huntmaster on the top, which is pretty bad. And this Smuggler's Copter can now actually block even if we draw the sword, which is also pretty bad. Not looking good. Not looking good for the home team. Yeah, man, the Smuggler's Copter not only can block, but also can trade. Oh. Hey, you know what? On that note, I'm out of here. You got me. Let's see. Yeah, no, we were not really. Maybe with that fractured eventually, we might have been in some kind of business. But you know, sometimes you lose to. I'll say it. I'll say it. I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but if you play mono green in Vintage Cube, no. Let me rephrase this. If you play a deck where Rafellos is the best card in your deck, I don't know if I can fuck with you. That's all I'm saying. See you for round number three. All right, we're bouncing back. We're bouncing back. Are we though? Actually. Grr. That's how I'm feeling right about now. Oh, Mulligan. Okay, okay. Let's get it. Let's keep this. What's a bottom? Part of me really wants to bottom a land, but man, I know if I do that, I'm just gonna get punished like you wouldn't even believe. I would love to turn to a Teferi. I think it's Giver here, which just Giver plays so well with Huntmaster though. You know what? I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. I'm just a freaking risky fellow. What do I bottom here though? This is like is red mana kinda. If we bottom the Seacrum Coast, we can get a Tundra. So we're kind of missing red mana a little bit no matter what. I'll just put this on the bottom because at the very least the Marsh Flats can grab us a Savannah if I deem there to be nothing better. And it'll shuffle that Temple Garden back in a little bit so we can be more likely to find it. Oh, I hate Mother Runes. Oh, no. This is one of those spots where, like, on the play, you're like, man, I'm killing it. But now we're on the draw, so I'm like, dang it, I'm going to lose. Dang it, I'm going to lose. Is it even worth getting the Noble down now? I honestly, I don't even think so. I don't think we're trying to turn to this Teferi. I think we're just trying to be able to, like, block block stuff and give protection from white. We're playing against mono white right now. Okay, at least white red. White red, cool. White red, cool. So let's see. Yeah, I guess we just kind of have to. We could get to Jetmir's Garden, but I want to play out the Ignoble. So we'll grab a Savannah. Could even play out the it's your Reclaimer, but that just seems silly. I will hold up my Giver. Could just kill it, which would be, it's fine. I'm not mad. Okay, this is nice. We like a turn one Mother of Runes followed up with nothing. That's kind of the ideal scenario. And man, alive, I'm getting punished harder than I could ever even begin to imagine for bottoming that land. Actually, not than I ever could even imagine. I would even say I imagined it. It's something that I imagined. I'm not going to play around the mana tithe. I respect that. Honestly, I'm going to say probably it's going to happen. Never mind. It was unlikely to happen. Oh, mama, mama, mama. Oh, mama. Okay, okay. I feel like me and my opponent Wraith were kind of on a very similar wavelength here. Mono white, but actually Omnath. Mono white, but actually Omnath. So what do we bottom here? I might bottom the Dak Faden, but we can kill that pretty easily. What's it plus to? Plus is to 4, but that's still. Yeah, I'll take that just because it could potentially dig them out of this hole that they're currently kind of in. So I'll take the Dak Faden. Make it so that they can't just draw an island, play that, and plus, and then all their woes are undid. And since I know they ain't killing my stuff with any of their stuff, I'll just get in there for 2. I could say, yeah, they could just do this as well. Fair. Fair play. I clearly didn't think this far ahead, and that's fine. That's fine. It's a Tuesday. Who's thinking hard on a Tuesday? Ooh, I'm feeling smart for my play last turn. Now I think I'll shove with both of my teammates. Hopefully they will block one. I would be surprised if they did, but I'm gonna give myself the out for them messing up, which they do not. Play this out. I'll just play on my Teferi, and I will plus my Teferi, and I will say go. Now, of course, if they draw a land, they can play out the Yorion. They might be able to play out this Omnath if they draw a green land. They might be able to play this Venser if they draw a blue land. I guess they could also play the Dak Faden if they draw another land. Ephemerite's not doing much, but it has the capacity to do a lot. But at least the Teferi stops the rebound. Oh man. Oh man, we're in this. We are certifiably in this. Now I'm gonna stop attacking with the Giver. Just gonna get in for 4 in the air. Play out this Huntmaster this turn. Maybe I should just play out the Palace Jailer. It's interesting. I guess we become the Monarch either way. And they're basically 0% to stop that. And if I bounce that and I just judge. If I bounce the Motherfruits and they protect, do I draw the card? My mind says no, but it also is kind of saying yes. It is also kind of saying yes. Just play with the Palace Jailer. Whatever. Yeah, 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 I will. Yeah, yeah, I will. Just play this out. Start here. Maybe they'll even mess up and choose pro something crazy. Assuming they're protecting here, probably pro white. Because we got the Teferi. We become the Monarch. And then we play out our Elvish Reclaimer. And then we plus our Teferi. And then we pass. And we draw a card first. And then we pass. And we don't have 6 because I have a Giver of Runes. I got my head in the game. I know what's going on, kind of. and they concede. Let's get it. Beating a turn one Mother of Runes, love to see that. Love to see that. And so we're basically playing the mirror. We're basically playing the mirror. Oh, and I did, fun fact, in between matches, I did remember to switch out that mountain for a plane, so we're learning. The Sword of Body Mind probably does not really do much. Do we want to change anything? Not really. I mean, their deck is good. I'm not going to lie. Their deck is pretty good. Very similar energy to our deck. The Geist might be dicey. The Geisty might be dicey because they just have so many ways to block it. But, like, do I want to bring in a Kitchen Finks over it? Not really. Yeah, not really. I'll just run it back. I'll just run it back. Hopefully our opponent just gets unlucky again. That would be awesome. Okay, this is another one of those hands. It's just like ass against a turn one mother. But so are a lot of hands. It's not a turn one mother. That's fine. Cool. We'll be able to get our Ren and 6 down. Potentially kill something. We got perfect mana. Because we can grab a Jet Mirror's Garden off of that. Which is nice. I'm pogging. I'm verifiably pogged out of my mind. Reasonable draw. The Ren and 6 will be able to ensure that we hit our fourth land drop too, which is nice. Ren and 6, good card. As it turns out, who would have thunk? Grab that garden. Ooh. Now I kind of just want to Skyclave that Boros Signet. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll slow him down. Didn't need to do this, but whatever. You know what? You know what? Now that I think about it, I had a freaking Knight of Autumn in my hand. God dang it, man! This is not my day. This is not my day, as it turns out. Oh man, I'm gonna be annoyed if they punish me for that poor play. I'm gonna be annoyed if I'm rightfully punished for a shitty play. I'll just attack. I'll just attack. Looks like we're playing with this Hero of Bladehold. I'll eat a counter spell if I must. Keep that fetch in my hand, I guess, for no real discernible reason, but I'm gonna do it. It resolves. Okay. Okay. It is a 3/4. It's hard to kill. They could just char it or something. Pestermite. Ooh, that's troubling. That's troubling. Womp womp womp. Womp womp womp. No good. Well, sometimes you get turn 4 twinned. That's fine. Not much you can do about that. Do we board in this char? Do we board in this char? So I guess we don't really have much to say about the twin combo, sadly. How many red stars do we have? One, two, three, four, five, six. I think I'm gonna bring in the char. I'm just gonna bring it in. I'm gonna bring it in, and what am I gonna bring it in over, you ask? Good question. Good question. I think the Elvish Reclaimer card does not seem very good in my estimation, at least in this deck. I've played some really sweet uh, Merit Lage, Dark Depths decks that are very fun. Yeah, keep that. Keep that. But this is definitely not really the spot for the old whatever it's called. I guess we're just gonna grab Tundra off of this Marsh Flats. I'll just play a Forest first, put off the decision for a little bit. Ooh, good draw. Okay. Yeah, I'll just play that out. Or will I? Or will I? Grab a Sacred Foundry off of this. If I play the Devoted Druid, could I do something spicy next turn? Play the Devoted Druid, I would have. I think I could play with the Palace Jailer and the Wrenn and 6. Am I tripping? Let's think about this. Let me think about this for a moment. Let's think out loud. Let's do some counting out loud. So we tap these two, play the Devoted Druid. Next turn we would untap. We would have 1, 2 off the Devoted Druid, 3, 4, 5. No. No, we could not double spell. So therefore, I will just play out the Wrenn and 6. I've determined. That's been my determination. Nice. Feeling good. Probably not going to play out the Silverbait Paladin, but I could. And I very well might. A little fetch going. Gonna want to get this land back anyway. We're pretty soft to the combo here, of course. But I don't think we can really do anything to really play around that. Basically, my question is here am I playing out this Silverblade Paladin right now? Or am I playing out this Devoted Druid? If I'm playing out the Devoted Druid, I could just get this Jetbeer's Garden. If I want to play out the Silverblade Paladin, I obviously cannot do that. What's my next turn looking like? Probably just either Palace Jailer or hold up Restoration Angel. I guess it's probably just worth getting this Paladin down just so we can actually have a clock. I'm not sure about that though. This is tough. I'd be pretty okay if this got countered as well. Probably should activate the Wrenn and 6 first just in case they have something weird. Pick that up, say go. Yeah, we are ice cold of the combo. It would be really nice to draw an instant speed thing here. Because I assume if they go for it, if they play out a Pestermite, we're just dead. Because they know we have the Wrenn and 6, they can kill it. But they're playing stuff. Okay. So they're recruiting, presumably for one of the combo pieces, probably like a Kiki Jiki so they can target the Imperial Recruiter. Maybe they don't have the Kiki Jiki in their deck. Maybe they're just grabbing some value oriented. Probably just kill that with Wrenn and 6. I got to imagine we're doing that. But they're thinking about this, so it's clearly not like an easy decision. They might have like an Ephemerate, so maybe trying to get some value somehow off of that. Might be just worth Palace jailing the Imperial Recruiter, keeping the Wrenn and 6 kind of where it's at. Can't really do much with the ultimate, at least right now. We don't really have all that many instants anyway. Of course, we did board in the Char. I guess it's instant sorcery, so we have the Char. What else do we have? Do we like have anything else? God, I don't know. I do not know. I'm going deep in the freaking Mind Palace right now, trying to think about what is this deck. That's a problem that happens when you draft a deck like 3 days ago and then you're playing games right now. You're like, what the heck is in my deck? What the heck is in the deck? As Brad Pitt once said, "What's in the deck?" I think I might ping Devoted Druid Intrepid Adversary. That kind of seems like a pretty pog play, if you ask me. Bam, boom. Adversary. Get some triggers. I would love to Soul Bond. So we got some double strikers. I will not pay any amount for that. I'll just keep fetching. Thin the old deck out. Play this out. And shove. Hit him for 4. Got a pretty robust board here. What did they... I actually didn't even end up seeing what they got off the one thing. They got a Blade Splicer. Okay. So I'm guessing almost certainly they have a Ephemerate here. Great draw. That is great in the face of this almost assured Ephemerate that I'm sniffing out. I did see it in the previous game, which makes my life a lot easier. I mean, there's no shot they would do this without that. Let's go bam. Show me the Ephemerate. Yeah, we just simply cannot let this happen. Charya. And I will not offer this trade. I will not. Yeah, now next turn I can go, or at the end step, I can play this Restoration Angel. Do some stuff with that. Doesn't really matter, I think, what I blink. I'll probably just end up blinking the Devoted Druid. I guess I could blink the Silverblade Paladin. And then Palace jail this. Let's think about this. Let's see if they do anything, first of all. Go boom, 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 boom. Restoration Angel. Like, I could do with Silverblade Paladin and Soul Bond onto the Restoration Angel, but that doesn't really change all that much. The clock is still the same. Does having the one more mana matter? It is somewhat cool that, like, if I had more mana, I could bounce this and then re-trigger and then get the +1/+1s, get them Valor counters. They don't have double red, actually. I'm just not realizing, which is nice for our ability to live. I'll just I'll just blink here. Far less bad than removal spell as well, which they totally could have. They're thinking about this. I'm tapped out. Not F6 though. Who knows what I have? You certainly don't. Does this make Phyrexian Golem tokens or just regular golems? Oh, it does make a Phyrexian Golem token. Who knew? Not I. I got some pretty sweet Golem tokens. I used to play a lot of Blade Splashes back in my day, back in the Dizzy, and I have these cool Golem tokens. I'm just a big fan of cool tokens. I've spent more money on tokens than I care to admit. Actually, kind of fun fact. Uh, Playing an RCQO, was playing Teamer Creativity. I'd like a hero card in my board, as I like to say, a little hero card known as Verdant Command. If you know what that card does, shout out to you. It makes squirrel tokens. That's one of the things it does. So I bought these like dope squirrel tokens. They're like the unhinged ones or something. Very cool. Very cool crads. And now I kind of want to just shove, before even palace jailing. Because if they don't do anything, this currently right here is 9 damage. They could just die to the Ren and 6 ping. Mm. Or I could just play out the Palace Jailer, force them to do something. Maybe they have to play out the Pestermite to not die, and then I can just ping it with the Ren and 6. So I'll do that. Let's jail him. You go to jail. To jail. And I'll say Palace Jailer, great card. I think it's overrated. People will be like taking these Palace Jailers first pick in the Vintage Cube. Wild to me. But maybe I just don't understand. I feel like I don't understand a lot of things. Economic policy, for example. Who freaking knows what's going on with that? Not I. All these PPP loans, shit's crazy. All this fraud, not here. Actually, maybe our opponent, took out a fraudulent PPP loan and we're jailing them for it. Mm, get jailed for your fraudulent PPP loans. Smack, smack, smack. Coolio caught the 2-1. Love that for us. Exciting. Exciting matches there. A little bit stressful. Always is when you're playing against a twin deck in the Vintage Cube because they could just have the nuts, Could just have the nuts. But they didn't there. We got him dead. And yeah, 2-1. Going infinite on the Vintage Cube. Trying to think if there's anything I want to say before I close things out here. I guess I'll pull up the deck right quick, let y'all take a little gander at it before we go. And boom, there it is. Freaking mono white, but actually Omnath. Pretty pog. If you like this video, hit the buttons, do the things. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Maybe Pioneer. Still got to train up for that regional championship coming at the end of November, but too bad. Cube is up right now, so I got to do that. Y'all know how it is. See you around. Probably for some more Cube, maybe for some Pioneer. We'll see.